the silence round him tight. Stone don't speak, but it remembers right.
Velvet on the headstone, prayers in the marble brain. Doe feathers float where the narcos never carve a name. Wool suits in the summer smell like pine box breath. Still got ghosts from the kitchen where the Pyrex sweat. Grew from the drought like moss on a tomb wall. A kilo in the hymn book, choir never knew God. Dog tags in the desk where my ledger stay. 100 grams short, somebody bled today. Grit like the gravel at your grandmother's steps. Talk holy to the fiends, watch them vanish in debt. My mama wore black like she practiced grief, long before the Lord came to snatch my teeth.
Velvet don't stop the pain, still they dress him soft in shame.
Every bar been a eulogy, gritted with clarity. I got shot and came back with a charity. Velvet on the casket, mask on the driver, chrome on a coke rack. God is a liar. Crib smell like ghosts and unswept dreams. Mouth full of bullets, I don't just spit schemes. Hospital band in my safe by the paper. Cross on my neck, but I talk to my maker like, where was you when the shot rang out? Now I peel back the roof just to let pain out. Same kitchen where the ox got baptized. Same eyes saw mama with her hands tied.
Velvet don't stop the pain, still they dress him soft in shame.
Gird off the gravel with the seat still blood soaked. Blast right scribbled on the dash like gun notes. Velvet on my lap like I sat on grief. Mac on the table, clips wrapped like reef. Machine gun prayer over soul food plates. Heard the Reaper hum opera at a federal gate. China white in the prayer box, St. Jude wet. I stitch halos in the suits where the shooters slept. I talk money in whispers, marble in my diction. Buried 3 cousins, all blame the addiction. Mink dragged through the rain, smell like regret, but the tags still hang and the blade still wet.
Velvet don't stop the pain, still they dress him soft in shame. Stone cold velvet warm, but neither one can right what's wrong.
And yeah, though I walk through the alley of the ghetto, I shall fear no evil, 'cause I carry mine.
Walk with me, gravel in the voice of the avenue. Precinct pinstripe blessings in the barrel groove. Confess my sins through a payphone static. Crosses hang crooked while the choir sing havoc. Psalms in my pocket, torn Bible with a blade. Mama lit candles while a syndicate prayed. Street light apostles, ghetto tabernacles. I see men kiss rings before they broke shackles. Grimy hallelujahs in my handshake cold. My rosaries a rope where the guilty men go. Guilt in my glass, truth in my cigarette. Mob sermons echo through the blood in it.
Oh Lord, bless the sinner in a 3-piece suit. You walk through flames in a crime scene booth.
Brass knuckle benedictions, sermons in my knuckles. Confession ain't clean when the angels wear muzzles. Got a prayer in my palm and revenge in my stare. Every church I passed had a snitch in the chair. Organ notes harm like a warning in the walls. Pulpits lean heavy from the way the street calls. God see me kneeling with the 9 on my lap, begging for a sign while the contract stack. Funerals with suits that cost more than peace. Sermons read slow while the body count increased. Only faith I knew was in the silence of a trigger. Benedictions came from the hands of a killer.
Lord, bless the sinner in a 3-piece suit. He walked through flames in a crime scene booth. Forgive the vows made under gunpowder skies, where every prayer's in a stream and
I gave ties and bullets, broke bread in courtrooms, judged by 12. While the streets cough tunes, scripture in a cipher. Primo loop the gospel, word to my name etched deep in the marble. Mob hymns hum through the haze of the liquor. Each verse a vow, every rhyme cut thicker. Penance ain't clean when your soul's still on. I just pray that my sins get remembered as songs. Even angels meal different when they raised in the Bronx. Sometimes the only church that listened was the corner.
they sold the truth in vain.
Yeah. Wrote scriptures on cracked walls with coal and spit. Where prophets bled prophecies, cold as a loaded writ. I seen Judas trade silver for a silk chain and cry over crows singing truth in the milk rain. My name etched in obsidian, blessed the scar scroll. Voice got the weight of old jazz and a war soul. Black snow falling where the angels once danced. Now it's dealers with halos and fate in their hands. These are thrones made of gunmetal and palm blood. The crown's just a target when your legacy floods. I speak in code, torture myths in a dead tongue. Even Plato bowed when the cipher got spun.
Cannot run the ashes when the fire was born in you. They read the songs wrong and wonder why the storm blew.
The streets pray crooked, blessing sin like it's holy. I walk where the shadows kneel and killers sip slowly. Renaissance in the barrel, Louvre in a gun case. Chiseled every verse with a ghost and a numb face. Babylon fell while the trumpets played backwards. I counted the bricks they built from the last words. I speak like I owe death a debt in full. With syllables carved deep in the temple walls pull. Red sand in my footprints, echo of old kings. Mob rings clinking with scriptures on gold wings. Truth wearing war paint, silence on trial. I spit like the verdict got buried in exile.
Some dreams die quietly beneath the loudest night. But black snow falling means the air starts again. Ground don't glitter when the sun's still red.
Yo, I seen angels crowd for the deals men make. Gold teeth, gripping on a sermon from a dead monk. Lit sick, visions of Caesar, sipping from a lead cup. I bled luck in the dice games, clockwork, in-fight rings. Reading Sun Tzu backwards, moonlight on my right wing. Mob ties woven through the hymns of a stone choir. Psalms on papyrus, burn edges, still glow fire. Talk like a diplomat, thoughts like a hired gun. Sharp as a scalpel hit inside a preacher's son. Scroll linked in hieroglyphs, scripts in my rib cage. Flip rage to wisdom, my bar's been on fifth stage. Ancient like the curses whispered by a dying pharaoh. Still I shoot arrows through greed with a gold sparrow.
Thrones built in silence, truth buried in smoke. Live by the blade, but I die by the quote.
Brain slow, my enemies watch for the second blink while I'm scribbling verses on scrolls soaked in Edison's ink. Conquerors in my genes, Carthage in my conscience. Mob meals on mahogany, fed lies to the honest. Blueprint of a killer's grace, whispered in Morse taps. Every metaphor dripping blood on the doormat. Black robes, chessboards, books with no spine. Where poppies bloom red in the snow of my rhyme. Fed from the table where Caesar got his backstab. Still I toast loyalty and goblets etched with black maps. History bends to the pen when the sword kneels. And every verse I drop feels like Fort Seal.
Damn kings need mercy when the moon runs red. But no one prays for poets till the poet is. They lit cigars with scrolls and called it divine. Then carved their sins on statues to immortalize the crime.
I seen Caesar in sneakers, crown tilted like crime lords. Ghosts of philosophers posting up by wild boards. Cypress smoke rising where the lions once fed. Now it's soldiers in Ferragamo with silence in they tread. Marble cracked on the stories of popes buried. Where cardinals wore bullets and sins got married. I walk the catacombs, whispers in Latin curses. Each footstep a verse blood inked in the churches. Gold teeth and mosaic saints holding Uzis. The Last Supper hanging over mafiosos in jacuzzis. I spit the Iliad backwards, turn time to a cipher. Even Danny paused when I stepped through the fire.
If Jesh can season and sing and let the ruins speak. They built heaven from sins and called the angels weak.
I dine with ghosts wearing tuxedos of grief, discussing empires lost to a thief's belief. My quotes get etched and mauled by ex-assassins, their pens still warm from killing past passions. Graffiti on obelisks, prayers with gunpowder, confessions traded nightly in rooms with no power. I rhyme like Nemo fiddle with Rome in the backdrop. The beats a guillotine, my voice is the last drop. Every syllable stitch from a dead king's dream. I wear crowns of regret on a guillotine beam. Even the Vatican flinch when the needle hit wax, cause my verses burn cleaner than secrets in stacks.
Some froze from bones and dirt, but truth still sings too from all the alert.
Washed in the fire, but I still smell like the flame. Preaching the shadows, calling out Cain.
Pyrex sermons, the stove was my chapel. Cooked God's riddles in aluminum tabernacles. Taught to treat every gram like scripture. Got my first lesson from the blade, not the bishop. Whispers in basements, prayers with a pistol. I baptized bricks and back.